Whew. Hey y'all, what's going on? So listen, honey, I just can't wait until tomorrow to read this bitch for Phil. So let the motherfucking reading begin with this hoe. Now but we're gonna go through the whole shit of what happened on the households of Atlanta. Okay, first thing that stands out to me, which is a lot of shit that stands out to me. But first of all, can I just address Miss Kandi? Listen, boo. Listen. I think you are a great businesswoman and all of that. You're singing this and that and other. But girl, I don't know that we need to hear about you and your kegel balls up in your cooch. I don't know. Like they been in, I just popped them in, and here I am out here shopping for motherfucking picture frame. And Faith was like, and you, and leave it up to Kennedy, run around with balls and woo. And the woman in the damn store is looking like, what the fuck? Come on, y'all couldn't have that conversation somewhere else. I'm just saying. Anywho, so let's get into it. So Kim is with her daughter. She goes to a place to have something to eat, and basically she is trying to, like, I guess, soften the motherfucking blow of the fact that we having to go back to the townhome. Which, girl, okay, ain't no shame in that, but bitch, you're not gonna keep on motherfucking lying like shit was a different way and it wasn't this and this and that and other. Bitch, let's just tell the motherfucking truth, bitch. Let's just clock the T where it needs to be clocked, honey. Bitch, you knew you didn't have money. For real. Like, not money, but credit. Your credit wasn't together. You couldn't buy the house. And then for you to be like on the last episode to be like, let's take pictures of this so she won't say I did shit. Bitch, please. Ain't nobody a petty bitch with you. That's your motherfucking position, bitch. That's what you get a check for every motherfucking Friday, being a petty bitch. And apparently a petty pregnant bitch. Wait a minute, a petty pregnant wig wearing bitch. How about that? And a fucked up wig at that. Let me just put your motherfucking wig to rest. Like, bitch, when are you gonna step into the real lace wig zone? Like, bitch, all of this 320 density you got going on up here, girl, boo. And what is the issue with you and wig? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. I forgot when you first came on, you had something, then you didn't have something. Girl, sit them ugly ass motherfucking wigs down. And again, you never failed to look stankin' a motherfucker in all of them pregnant dresses you wear. Are you wearing drawers? Like, I'm just trying to say, you just flopping in these flats and this. I mean, I know pregnancy is rough, but bitch, you don't have to look funky. Okay, now on to the next. Okay, so the girls is like, okay, they love being back there. But did y'all check when the other little girl, the youngest one, said, was she an accident? Like, Kim, why didn't you check her? Because never should she have asked that question. And even if she did, you should have been like, you don't never talk to your sister like that. Or you don't never say that, because I could kind of see the look on her face. Girl, you need to get a motherfucking hold of them kids, honey. I mean, you got a motherfucking wet nanny. I mean, sweetie, or whatever that bitch is doing, Kizzy. I'm just saying. Whew, Lord. Okay, so they have that whole thing. Next, let's go to Miss Porsha. Miss Porsha, boo. You know what? I think I like you. I think I like you, Porsha. But I would like you so much better if you. I don't know who did that eye look on you and then peak motherfucking lips. It is not the T on you in that motherfucking 27, 26, 25, 24, 22, 20, possibly a 16 up in here for these bank. Girl, please just slim that down and kind of pull that pink lipstick back just a little bit, because you just give me too many things. Anywho, sadly, that is your confessional face that you did all through. But however, but when you went in to go see about, whether you could carry a child, which, sorry about that or whatever went on. Hopefully that'll work out. You look so much better because you don't need to be overdone. You're not like that motherfucking oil spill Kenya, that motherfucking stone faced bitch. And yes, I said it. Miss on Wendy's. Everybody has a breakout. I know some bitches who never break out. So what you saying? Like, and you can't blame it. Listen, I'm not going to go to the period bump because, bitch, clearly you couldn't have been on the whole time they was filming. So we are not going there. So I'm going to take that excuse from you and put that back in the motherfucking excuse bag. Anywho, So they there, Porsha and her, dude and this and that and other. And I kind of like the dynamics between them. So I'm digging Porsha. Now let's move over to Miss Porsha, Cynthia, and Nene. Now, Nene, Miss Lanithia Leaks, honey. Now, girl, I know you will. You get it in. Me, it's this thing, girl, between us. Like, I be all in there with you. But, girl, you just don't have to point out every motherfucking thing. Yes, she said 265 days a year, and clearly she meant 3. She just got a little tongue tied or whatever, like she did when she was talking about that motherfucking oily ass motherfucking Jurassic Park ass bitch Kenya. Now, you gonna move this. Now, my thing is, let's leave that out. With that being said, what she was talking about was a great cause, and I'm so glad that you signed on to do it. But girl, you don't have to say anything. Your motherfucking face will get shade all day long. Just oh. Girl, you a jack of all facey trades. Here, I'm just telling you. So they there and Cynthia's like, I'm all in, and you was like, yes, I've been blessed, and I thought that was wonderful to get back, and that's true, and I do believe that is you. You know what I mean? Like, I do believe that you want to get back. Okay, so in the midst of that, oh girl mentions Kenya. Cynthia's like, well, I invited the bitch and coochie crack and all the shit she did, which I can understand Cynthia not digging her at all. Now, Cynthia, hold fast and stand your motherfucking ground, because, girl, if you don't continue to read her and there, you will not be in the next season. And God knows that you need this, because I hate to say it, but from what I heard, the little shit's going down, and God knows what Mr. Clean is doing, with his food and the motherfucking rotten ass wine y'all had later on in the evening. But just, keep doing you, boo. Keep holding on. And I have to say this about you, Cynthia. You are always giving mug, honey. You are just giving us mug, neck, skin, just all of that, honey. Everything Miss Kenya is trying to say that she is. Now, some people live for Kenya, but Kenya, bitch. I just want to what's that shit they throw on oil when you're in when you're in a mechanic, when you're a mechanic. What's that shit? Sawdust? Bitch, I just want to throw some sawdust on your ass, because I can't. Okay? All right, so we have that. And they have that whole thing, they kiki and have a little wine or whatever. All right. Now, somewhere in the midst of that, let's go back and have Cynthia's little thing, because they beginning to talk about we're going to have a couple's trip, this and that, another, which Phaedra and Miss what's the hell, Kandi, then I already talked about, like, it'll be good. Phaedra's like, yes, honey, is that the damn penis ring? And she's ready to buzz and just, just do penises and booties and all of that, honey. Oh my, this bitch is just in it. Which girl, come on, don't say you this classy Southern Belle or whatever, and every time I turn around, you freaking sneak a stank ass. I'm just saying, like, for real. Okay. So Cynthia and them at the house, they talking. He done saved this wine since the first grape crank came off a tree. That's the first wine ever. And she's like, it tastes rotten. I came with Mr. Clean, y'all. He just tries it with me. And wait until he find out somebody's trying to get his man Apollo. Now, honey, that's really when he gonna act a queenly motherfucking fool. Okay, so now let's usher in Miss Nene and her husband. They come by and they talking about the trip and and the whole bit. And Kiki and Greg mentioned something about a horse and when the tail comes. I don't know. But let's just move on past that. So they all ready to go, this and that and other. Now off of that scene, and let me just scoop to it. Y'all know I'm all over the place. Cynthia and why can't it Candace? They meet up and Candace, come on, let's just lay this shit out there. It ain't no love lost between you and Nene. You not feeling Nene. However much money you feel as if you have or whatever you doing, you ain't feeling Nene. With that being said, then bitch, just say that. Like, don't hold back with the bullshit and be like, oh, it's some ulterior motives. And you always keying and backbiting on the side trying to make it seem like You ain't that kind of bitch. But honey, clearly I can see through you, see the motherfucking kegel coochie ass balls and shit, and that shade that you be throwing, honey. Just sit down somewhere. Please sit down. I'm just not here for a girl. Enjoy your business and your newfound love, honey, and just go somewhere and sit down. Just do that. Cynthia, you need to have your friends back a little bit more. You should have cut her motherfucking ass off and been like, you know what? Really, however you feel about her, she's my friend. Keep that to a low minimum. But whatever, however, I realized that you just went to the wizard to get you some motherfucking courage, bitch. And I'm gonna need you to go back and get you a little bit more in your cup. Just a little bit more. Okay. Here's where the problem comes in. Clearly, Miss Phaedra and Apollo is at this little go-kart area, and they are waiting on Kenya, the oil spill, USA, America, and Miss whoever she's trying to get to marry her. Let's just let's just call him, her future sperm donor or some shit like that. Just it is what it is. So Apollo and her is kind of kikiing and having fun or whatever. And here comes Miss Kenya. Now, first, Kenya, who wears a funky, I ain't even going to say funky ass dress. Who wears a motherfucking dress to a go-kart thing, bitch, where you got to get down and straddle some shit? That's your first funky bitch mistake. That's your first funky bitch mistake. Then you come in like, woo, Apollo, and woo, and bitch, let me just tell you how that shit would have went had it have been me. Now, I would have been like, smooches. First of all, bitch, I wouldn't have been meaning you. But since that went on, let's just get into it. I had got smooches. I might have been, hey, but bitch, when you started with the motherfucking Apollo and your body, bitch, I couldn't have slapped the motherfucking soot off your face quick enough. Like I'd have been like, hold up, greasy bitch. Like I don't give a fuck what continent you was miss of. You will be miss got your motherfucking ass kicked in a motherfucking go-kart zone for mine that evening or that afternoon. Come on, bitch. And you acting like, oh, I could have you in my company. Bitch, what have you produced? That motherfucking producing shit is back. Girl, listen. I need you to stop. And at one point, did you check your man looking at you like, what the fuck? Like, bitch, you let all your shit hang out. I would have kicked your motherfucking ass from A to motherfucking Z, bitch. I don't give a fuck. You and the rest of the motherfuckers living in your head talking about, Apollo and Miss Phaedra. Now, your ass is talking about Kegel balls and penis rings, bitch. When you gonna break motherfucking loose? Because clearly it's not because you that proper bitch. So you should have checked her motherfucking weave, grease, and all of that at the motherfucking door when she started with that bullshit. Looking and batting ass. And I mean, this bitch damn near laid her coochie out on the table. And I couldn't, and at one point I was like, well, is Apollo kind of showing that off? At first it's like he's showing it off, but y'all, for a minute there, I thought he was kind of like, okay, yeah. Really, Apollo, sit your ass down, honey. First of all, Phaedra's not having it, and you already know. Miss Clean, Mr. Clean is not motherfucking having it. When he get a whiff of this, oh, he's going to act the queen too. Okay, so now let's make it to the point where they go karting and shit, and King is ready, and she straddled the shit in this funk ass dress. Girl, mm-mm, mm-mm. I can't. I just can't with you, bitch. I can't. So she, Phaedra kind of gets in it and wears appropriate shit or whatever. She's like, honey, I'm not with this when your hair can be messed up, this and that and other. And apparently, Kenya has faith in her motherfucking weed. She know that motherfucking shit is sewn in there to death. And so Phaedra's getting her shit together. Kenya's trying to put the shit on, talking about her boobs is too big. Like, girl, and seen on that, because I'm not even going to address that part. Okay, so she's riding and she's like woohoo and so competitive. Phaedra's like, oh Lord, like what the fuck? She look all nervous and shit like I would in a motherfucking go-kart. Like, who in the fuck does that? And Bravo, what is this bullshit y'all keep picking? Next, they gonna be going to the pottery place making pottery. Like, chew my drawers on that. Andy, I'm gonna need you to have a couple of motherfucking cocktails in the after the show motherfucking scene and rethink this shit. Like today. Okay. So they riding and this bitch looking motherfucking fool. She's like wind blowing in her hair and this and that and other acting a motherfucking fool, just civil. Soot and oil just blowing on the people behind her and shit. I just can't get with it. Okay, so now off of that, and let's go to the motherfucking, which that's really the motherfucking tea of the show, bitch. How you tried to, motherfucking Apollo, bitch, girl, girl. I don't know if you've ever been slapped the fuck out of, and apparently you haven't, because had you have, bitch, you might not have been so motherfucking quick to be trying to run up Apollo Lane and shit while Sage was there. Bitch, if ever it was the time to act a fool, this bitch blatantly disrespected you. But I guess in the whole scheme of disrespect, as we go on to the trip and he's picking her up and dunking her in water and the little shit that goes on, bitch. Okay. Anywho, now on to the meeting where they trying to get together. And all through this shit, they talking about how they done swing shit around Kim's shit. And, you know, they really want her to come. And, sorry, y'all got blurry. They want her to come, this and that and other. Okay, so they all meeting up there. Cynthia then came with the motherfucking phone because she's ready to hit Phaedra's lying ass off. Because, bitch, you know you lied back motherfucking boots, bitch. And finally realized, and somebody told you, honey, she heard the recording, your butt down or whatever. And said, well, you know, during that time it was all about my son, this and that and other. I may have said, and you apologize, because Cynthia was really ready to play that shit on that ass and let you know, bitch, I know you lied. Anywho, so they all there, Cynthia comes, and they come one at a time, you know, and kind of sit down, this and that and other. Miss Nene, let me just address you bringing in that stanky dank ass walk, honey. I was in here like, yes, bitch, you better walk in there like I really ain't got time for these whores, but I will since this is my motherfucking second job, bitch. You better walk back boots and sit down and give a bitch a face. Anywho, and the best face in a motherfucking luncheon scene with some Atlanta hoes goes to Miss Lanithia Leaks. Okay? Just serve some face, baby. So she comes in and sits down, and everybody's like, well, you know, where's Kim, this and that and other. In the midst of that, Miss Candice knows she didn't invite it. Kenya, like, Candice, girl, you do some backsliding ass shit, girl. I can't with you. You new bitches, I can't do you. So Cynthia's like, you invited Kenya, you know, with her face or whatever. Here comes Kenya, air kisses, bitch, all kisses. Come on, sooty ass bitch. Anywho, and I'm a bit sooty right now myself, I feel as though. Anywho, so you, finally, Kim brings her stanky ass in, and yet another stanky ass motherfucking dress, bitch. I don't know what it is about you being pregnant and a dress and ooh, girl. No, ma'am, just stop. Okay. She's hi, this and that and other. And as she comes in, Nene is doing her many faces that she do as Kim comes in. She's swooping that swooping. This bitch, you know, go through her confessional like, this motherfucking bitch, she got pillows and shit on that motherfucker, this fuck ass bitch. Y'all know. Why you laughing? Why's she doing that? Ladies, y'all know the motherfucking tea when it's you switching back and forth doing that. This fuck ass bitch came here. This motherfucking loose ass bitch. I know you got a motherfucking pill on that dress, fuck ass hoes. I'm telling you, y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? So they begin to talk this and that and other, and Kim's like, oh, I might go early, and this and that and other, and Croy's gonna be, and all of this, her lies have begun. Meanwhile, Nene's still going, she's doing that shit. And if I could have been in her motherfucking head, Listen, I know she was reading that bitch back boot. She probably called her everything but stinking. Anywho, so she's telling these lies. They like, well, we doing, babe, stop. We doing this as a group trip. Now, before we get to this, honey, Miss King said, I'm assuming that I'm invited, Cynthia. And Cynthia's like, everybody, and scene, honey, I'll have a Coke and a motherfucking sprig of lemon in that and take a bit of that motherfucking lemon and take some of that acidity and get some of that soot off that bitch's face along with the motherfucking pie that I just gave her with that. Cynthia gave it to her with the, and yes, bitch, I, like really? And now let's add that together, Cynthia and her motherfucking face. And Nene over there like, oh, fuck ass bitch, I can't stand this hoe. Come bring this motherfucking belly, bitch, please. You bring the last bitch back away from the dick, bitch. Just all of that. Okay. So they have that scene. And Kim goes on to continue to tell her lies. Now, in the midst of that, Faith is like, well, it just seems like you don't have time for your girlfriends anymore. This bitch says, no, I don't. Like, bitch, we already knew this. Like, why are you on there? Anywho, so everybody's like, oh, and then before that, Candace had her outbreak, like, you making it seem like we did this and this and that and other. I got a problem with that. And blah, 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 and talking about her leaving and coming early. And she's like, well, honey, if you say be there at 1 and you don't come till 2 or 2:30, or whatever. However, Miss Kim, bitch, goodbye. You off the show, and I have never been more happy to see a bitch leave. Listen, there's only one other bitch that would make me even happier leaving. As that motherfucking Kenya slides her oil spill ass out. And bitch, when you go to the oily ass banished bitch, Alan, be sure to tell Mika I said chew my drawers. Because I will be sending you with a pair of drawers, and y'all can just share that amongst yourselves. Okay. Okay. So Nene's like, finally, she can't take it no more. She's like, girl, don't lie on me. Girl, don't do it. She can't even control her mind no more. She got, wait a minute, bitch. Girl, no. Don't motherfucking lie, bitch. Like, girl, you really want to go. And that's when Kim says, I'm not doing this anymore. So, this and that. Another bitch, come on. Who gives a fuck? Then you storm your stinky ass out with that loose booty ass dress on. And I guess that's Croy or whoever was in the car. You done pushed the camera. Bitch, you could have just went and got in your motherfucking truck. You knew they was gonna film you leaving. Now say la vie, bitch. Now that just means you're gonna be in that motherfucking townhome just that much longer. Really? Like, bitch, you got caught in your lie when you was like, oh, I can't go, I might not be able to. And bitch, you had a motherfucking vacation plan around the same time. If you don't go somewhere and chew a pair of them non-existent stanky ass pregnancy drawers that you don't wear, like for real. Then in the midst of that, early on, you was like, come on in here and do me. Girl, anybody get ready to do you. You've been done, bitch. You've been done, bitch. Your goose is cooked. Okay? And the more you have babies, bitch, if you don't get that ass lifted and folded and big up, honey, you gonna look up in the next year and a half or two. We gonna see that you motherfucking divorced because bitch, you're not cutting it anymore. Okay? Anywho, y'all, that's pretty much the gist of it for me. I gotta say, Kenya, bitch, if you would have tried that with any other bitch, you would have got your ass red back boots because you was a disrespectful asshole. And you know you wouldn't want nobody to disrespect you and talk to that motherfucking piece of trade that you trying to get married to, bitch. He's sitting up wondering if he can fit your jeans and your dress and shit. Like, come on. But he adds to the motherfucking scenery, it's plenty of queens on there. So he adds to that. But we all know who the greatest queen is, and I was so glad to see the mummy, the white pudding. I hope you come back for some function of some sort, you know. So y'all tell me if I left some shit out, and let me ask the question, ladies. What would y'all have done had that bitch done that to y'all? Just leave that shit below. I would love for y'all to make a fucking video and let me know. Just do a whole motherfucking skit. Get in front of a tree and put that bitch right there and just imagine this hoe going in and doing that with your man. Like, really, what would you do? Because I couldn't stab that bitch enough. Like I couldn't. I would, y'all, and then we was in a go-kart. Bitch, I would have had that motherfucking go-kart on two wheels because the other two would have been up in the air on your motherfucking shoulder and head. While I done drove up your shit. And for the motherfucking more, I might would have cleaned Apollo too because he could have cut her ass off too. But I guess he thought, well, my wife said she need to handle that stuff. Okay, but y'all tell me how y'all would have handled that motherfucking scandalous asshole, and now you want to give a party bitch an Apollo. If you ever dunk a bitch in some water in front of your husband, anywho, y'all tell me what the fuck y'all would have did in this situation. Kenya bitch, again, I am still hoping that your ass will be out the motherfucking show. But that's okay, bitch. The longer you on that bitch, the longer I can let your motherfucking ass have it and going on Wendy Williams. Like that really ain't me, bitch. Like you ain't doing the utmost to try to be on the next show. And bitch, if you producing that much, bitch, how do you have time to be in front of the motherfucking camera so much, bitch? Get behind that motherfucker one time for me. Y'all, I can't. I can't. I can't. This bitch that made me mad to no end tonight. And Phaedra has too by not saying nothing. Ugh, y'all can't. Just tell me, let me know what y'all would have did, video responses, comments, or whatever. I'm out of here. Kendra, ooh, girl. I can't. Y'all, man, just Kendra, girl, just to my draws. I'm out of here. Bye.